shooting star. Can you make a wish? Ooh, just remember, luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then you ask the star up above?
Coming to you live from New York City, you're watching Astrology Numerology Now on Manhattan Network Neighborhood Television. I'm your host, Zaki Z Starman, but you can call me Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist. Every week at this time since the year 2008, 15 years or 15 seasons, 14 years, 15 seasons of weekly astrology news and information. Before there was Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, there was Z Starman bringing you the latest astrology news and information. And on this episode of Astrology Numerology Now, we're going to talk about the March 22, 2022 highlights. What to expect, what's coming up, and who it benefits the most. And for now, it benefits, since we're recording, it's March 2nd, 2022. Today is the start of a new moon in Pisces. And new moons always bring about the opportunity to do new things, create new ideals, implement new plans. So it's March 2nd, 2022 while we're recording the show, but in its entirety, it's Pisces season. Pisces is the last and 12th sign of the zodiac, and it is a water sign. If you know any Pisces people like I do, Pisces is ruled by the two fish tied at the tail. Sometimes one fish pulling against the personality of the other fish. And Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune. That's Pisces' ruling planet. Every planet or every sign in astrology has a ruling planet, and Pisces' ruling planet is Neptune, but is also co-ruled by the planet Jupiter. And this is a great time of the year for a lot of Pisces people because of all the energy, all the planets that are moving in and towards the sign of Pisces. Pisces people are some of the most intuitive people you ever want to know. My father, the late, great Robert Pinckney, he'll be celebrating a heavenly birthday on March 11th. But Pisces, they're very intuitive. They're ruled by the sign of Neptune. They have a dual personality. That's why you have the dual fish in the sign of Pisces. They're very secretive for the most part, but their inspiration is so powerful and inspiring. I would say to all Pisces people, listen to your dreams. Everybody during Pisces season, listen to your dreams, listen to your intuition. Start to get ready for the astrological new year that's going to happen on March 20th, 2022 at 11:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So on the show again, it's about March highlights or March 2022 highlights. We're wishing all the Pisces people a happy birthday. And there's a couple of Pisces people I want to say hello to and happy birthday. Manhattan Neighborhood Network's own Deshaun Pretlow. He's celebrating a birthday. My good friend, Sharon Leilani, she's celebrating a birthday this March. Happy birthday, Sharon. And another happy birthday to a wonderful friend. I haven't seen her in a minute, but her birthday is March 15th. That's Douthie Munman. Douthie, happy birthday. And if you know any Pisces people, call them up and say happy birthday or happy solar return, because the sun is back to the place where it began on the year they were born. So happy birthday, all Pisces people. Now I want to talk about this Ukraine and Russia versus the Ukraine from an astrology numerology point of view. Everything in astrology has a birthday. And the United States birthday, or its Independence Day, is July 4th, 1776. So astrologically, United States is a Cancer, sun sign in Cancer, July 4th, the moon being in the sign of Aquarius, and it has a Sagittarius rising. Aquarius is about all the people. Sagittarius is about people from faraway places. And this dichotomy makes up America. Everything, every city, every state has a founding date or an independent state that you can use to chart their astrology chart. So I was doing this and I'm saying, what's this about Russia versus the Ukraine? And what are their birth charts? And I looked it up, and Russia is a Gemini. Currently it's a Gemini. Why is it a Gemini? Its birthday is June 12th, 1990. And that's the day when Russia, the Republic of Russia, severed ties with the Soviet Union and declared its own independence. Now, Russia is a Gemini with the moon in Aquarius. Their life path number, or the sum total of their birthday, is the number 1. So Russia is always about being first in that part of the world for years. It controlled different countries until they separated from the old Soviet Union. So Russia is a Gemini. And all the crazy, unpredictable things like some Geminis do, this is what the state of Russia is about. Its moon sign is Aquarius. And Russia, that's the meaning here for a second, Russia is in a number 6 personal year for 2022. Now, let's look at the Ukraine. The Ukraine also separated from the old Soviet Union on August 24th, 1991. So Ukraine, or the Ukraine, is a Virgo. So we got a Gemini versus a Virgo, 2 mutable signs, which in astrology is called a square. It's a square aspect. And Russia's, or the Ukraine, life path numbers is 7, and they are in a 5 personal year for 2022. Is the number of changes, and God knows that the Ukraine is going through changes. Now let's take a look at the birth charts of the 2 leaders of these countries. We're going to start with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin's birthday is October 7th, 1952. He's a Libra, of course, and you know Libras, they always struggle to be balanced. And his moon sign is Gemini. That's interesting. Russia's Independence Day is Gemini. Putin's birthday, he's a Libra with the moon in Gemini, but his rising sign is Scorpio. And that's the thing that you can't sleep on Putin about. His rising sign is Scorpio. Scorpio, in some cases, is about death and destruction. And he's not afraid to get what he wants. When he wants something, he sees it, he's going after it. And he's going after the Ukraine, and he wants it all to himself. But in the meanwhile, the lives of 40+ million people of the Ukraine are at jeopardy right now. So Putin, again, he's a Libra with the moon in Gemini. Russia is ruled by Gemini, and his rising sign is Scorpio. It's about death and destruction for him. His life path number is the number 7. We've been hearing about, oh, Putin, he's being alone now. He's staying alone. He's been that way for the most part. Ever see his desk? His conference room desk is about 20 feet long, and one person's on the other end, he's on the other end. The man likes to be alone in his quiet thoughts. And as someone quoted, the other day, he's more lonelier now than he has ever been in his life. And the reason for that, Putin is in a number 5 personal year for 2022. His personal year is the number 5. So 5 is the number of changes. It's 5 is the number of freedom. And the universe knows he's going through all kinds of changes because of the pressure and the devastation he put on the people of the Ukraine. Now let's look at Vladimir Zelensky's birthday. His chart. Vladimir Zelensky, his birthday is January 25th, Aquarius, and 1978. And his moon sign is Leo. So he's Aquarius with moon in Leo. He was sort of kind of born close to the full moon in Leo. But here's the thing about President Zelensky of the Ukraine. His life path number, he is the master number 33. If you add up his birthday, and this is how I did it. I know some people have different ways of addition when it comes to numerology. But what I do is I add numbers one at a time, either vertically or horizontally. So 1 + 2 + 5 + 1 + 9 + 7 + 8 adds up to the number 33. 33 is a rare number or a rare master number in numerology. It's hard to get the math to act right to attain a number 33. Here's a man who went from a stand-up comic to the president and commander-in-chief of the Ukraine. Only master number people have the ability to sort of kind of pull that off. And this is the vibration that he's carrying. He's carrying an attitude of, this is our country, we're going to fight to the end. And I applaud him for that. And I applaud the people of the Ukraine for that. His personal year for 2022 is the number 5 also. So Putin is having a number 5 personal year. Zelensky is having a number 5 personal year. And we got all this drama in that part of the world between the countries, Russia, which is a Gemini with the moon in Aquarius, and the Ukraine, which is a Virgo with the moon in, let me double check my stuff here, with the moon in Gemini. But let me check that, moon in Aquarius. So Russia and the Ukraine, they both, and the United States also, they all have the moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is about the people. And we have Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. We have Saturn and Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. So this is a major communications breakdown, and I hope it ends in a positive manner, because again, Putin, he has Scorpio rising, and if he has to level the whole country to get what he wants, he will. Let's pray to the highest spirits and the Most High that something can be worked out. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Astrology Numerology Now. I'm your host, Zaki Z Starman, professional astrologer numerologist. We've been doing this show prior to the pandemic. It was a live television show where viewers could call in and ask me astrology, numerology questions and get answers. But I'm inviting everybody who's watching the show right now, you can call me after the show, and here's my number. And that number is 917-473-2211. Again, that number to talk to me after the show or after you watch this is 917-473-2211. Get to know yourself from an astrology and numerology point of view. Putin does. I believe Putin as astrologer. I swear I believe somebody has an astrologer in his camp somewhere. We're talking about the highlights, the astrology numerology highlights for March 2022. And again, March is a great spiritual month. If people plug in spiritually because of the connection with Jupiter and Neptune. But on an astrological level, March has a lot of conjunctions to it. I call it the conjunction month because we got conjunctions all over the place. Again, today is March 2nd, and I just want to show you a chart of what the day looks like. So this is at 1:42 p.m. So we look up to the top, we see Venus, Mars, and Pluto, and they're all at 27 degrees of Capricorn on the bottom. And then we move counterclockwise. Next to that is Saturn and Venus and Aquarius. This is all this Aquarius drama with the Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. Then underneath that, we have these conjunction. Sun is 12 degrees of Pisces, Moon is 12 degrees of Pisces, Jupiter is not far behind at 14 degrees of Pisces, and we have Neptune at 22 degrees of Pisces. But all these planets are combining and getting together to create a new kind of energy to start off the spring equinox or the first day of spring on March 20th. So we're just coming out of, Venus and Mercury. Venus is the planet of love and money and affection, and Mercury is the planet of communication. These two planets have just came out of the shadow of their retrograde. Venus was retrograde from December 14th to January 29th. And now all this retrograde business is finally over. A lot of people think that when a retrograde is over on that day, but still it has to recover from being in retrograde. So that's called a retrograde shadow. So Venus and Mercury are now out of their retrograde shadow. Mercury came out of its retrograde on March 4th. Venus came out of its retrograde shadow. Mercury came out of its retrograde shadow on February 24th in the sign of Aquarius. And Venus comes out of its retrograde shadow, or when it's finally safe to get back into the water and well again, totally in command, was on March 1st. So now that Venus and Mercury are out of their retrograde shadow, past their retrograde energy, we got these conjunctions coming up, especially in the sign of Pisces and in the sign of Aquarius, that is sort of kind of going to heal the way and smooth the path as we get ready for the astrological new year on March 20th. We got on March the 5th, today is March 2nd, we got the conjunction of Sun and Jupiter. If you ever feel lucky at any time of the year, play your number, play your lottery tickets, because that's what Jupiter wants to do. The Sun with the combination of Jupiter in the sign of Pisces. Meditate on it. Ask the universal gods of love and abundance to bless you on that day. That's what that day is for. Sun conjunct Jupiter in Pisces on March 5th. And then the following day, we have a rare astrological phenomenon. Both the planet Venus and Mars will be moving into the sign of Aquarius. So this will help out all the air signs like Gemini, like Libra, like Aquarius, and especially Aquarius, because the planet of love, Venus, and the planet of Mars and of energy and action will be entering together. at the same time, a couple of minutes apart, actually, on March 6th. So we have that conjunction of Venus and Mars together, a lot of opportunity for love and financial blessings on that first week of March. So I want everybody to prepare themselves and get ready for that. See, astrology and numerology is about getting ready. And I'm telling everybody out there, you have a financial opportunity. This is for the whole universe, actually. Hopefully it'll quell the war in the Ukraine. But we all have these opportunities right now if we get grounded, if we get spiritual in our lives. And the following week on, and it's never too late, just because I said this is on March 6th, it's never too late to start implementing, especially when we're getting ready for the spring equinox or the astrological new year. We have the calendar new year, January 1st. We have our birthdays, which are New Year's in that matter. But the biggest new year of all is the start of the astrological new year when the sun enters the sign of Aries on March 20th this year at 11:33 a.m. Eastern time. If you're in California, that's going to be at 8:33 a.m. If you're in London, England, that's going to be at 4:33 p.m. So get ready for this equinox. And this is what these March conjunctions are doing. They're giving us help. They're giving us direction. They're giving us energy with this Venus conjunct Mars in the sign of Aquarius. It's about the people. As we start to come back from this pandemic energy of the last couple of years, the universe with the conjunctions are getting us ready so we can start to heal even more. And speaking of healing, the name of the show is Astrology Numerology now, and we are in a 6th universal year for 2022. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals the number 6. And the 6 is about the number of health, wellness, healing, working together, responsibility. And the only way that we can finally turn the corner on this pandemic is to work together and everybody focus and concentrate on health and wellness. Booster your immune system, take your vitamins, watch out for your health in the number 6 year. The month of March is a 9 universal year. It's a month of energy, it's a month of endings, and it's a month of completions. A month of completion. Give up the old stuff, put it to an end. That's what I'm asking everybody to do. Now more than ever, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to tap in to some positive energy. And the universe is making a way for that with all these conjunctions that they're having. The sun conjunct Jupiter on March 6th, Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Aquarius on March 6th. Sun conjunct Jupiter is March 5th. But this whole first week to 10 days of March are very important that we get ready for our blessings for the first day of spring. We got about 2 minutes left in the show. On March 18th, a couple of days before the new year, we have a full moon. We have a full moon in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is the sign of health and wellness. And the Native Americans used to call a March full moon the worm moon, whereas they saw as worms are sort of kind of starting to come from underneath the earth after being dormant for the winter. So it's a worm full moon. Get ready for this energy a couple of days before the new moon. Sage, cleanse your house, prayer, meditate. Get ready for this blessing that everyone is entitled to, because the universe is tired of us suffering as earthlings. And again, I want to say Happy New Year on March the 20th. Aries season begins Sunday, March 20th at 11:33 a.m. And people in the news, we want to congratulate Ketanji Jackson Brown, or Brown Jackson, for being nominated for Supreme Court Justice. She's a Virgo, and her birthday is September 14th, 1970. And she's a Virgo with the moon in Pisces. And her life path number, the sum total of her birthday, is a number 4. She's a hard worker, and I'm pretty sure she'll work hard for the people of the United States. And again, she's the first Black woman ever nominated to be Supreme Court Justice. And guess what? She will be a Supreme Court Justice. That's about all the time we have for astrology numerology now. I want to thank my producer and director, Deetra Kelsey, for making astrology numerology happen, and you, the viewers of Manhattan Neighborhood Network, for watching. This has been Z Starman saying Happy New Year, Happy Astrology New Year. Let's make this happen. Let's vibrate on positive energy and spiritual energy, and most importantly, our health and wellness. Abundance, abundance, abundance to everybody out there. Love, love, love to everybody within the sound of my voice and who's in their vision. This is Z Starman saying happy New Year, astrological New Year, spring equinox. Wishing you peace, love, light. Namaste.
And it's a lie. Who controls your very soul? Ask them why. You is so sound and practical. Yet Gemini, so inconsistent. Ooh, let me tell you a secret I know. No